In today's show, how the new medical sub-rule changes selection and strategies, and the youngster with no time to lose.
Butsy, thanks for joining us.
Cheers, pleasure to be here.
Hi everyone, I'm Mark Bickley and welcome to the Optus Crows Show as we count down to the game against Sydney. Let's hope the boys can build on their memorable victory over Geelong. But first, that history-making debut last Saturday of young forward James Rowe. For the first time, the son of a former player pulled on a Crows Guernsey, and it was the same number worn by his father Stephen. Despite being repeatedly overlooked in the draft, James refused to give up, and his performance in the Eagles' 2020 Samford Premiership proved irresistible to the Crows. His boyhood dream finally realised in front of a rapturous home crowd.
It was a bit of a long process, I guess, compared to other people. I was 21 when I got drafted and draft age 18, so 3 or 4 years in the Samford system, but won a flag with my team Woodville, so I guess it took a while to get here, but now that I'm here, dream come true, and yeah, on the weekend was very special.
Jimmy Rowe from the pocket, what a chance he's got here, he's going nuts already! Oh, look at that, he's bursting!
What happened, I think Tommy Lynch gave me the handball. I think one of the Geelong players with his hand on it, grabbed the ball, took a bounce. I've never taken a bounce, so I bet that looked pretty awkward on the vision, but settled the nerves, put it through and then a bit too much carry on after that. That was a special moment, all the boys got around me, so something I'll remember forever. I felt like I was a fan out there again, watching Tex kick 5 goals and to kick it to him was very special, and watching Sloaney go about what he does is also amazing, just burrowing in, leading from the front, so to play with those two was special, and everyone else, it was just a dream come true and something I can't really explain.
James couldn't have wished for a better debut. Now, the AFL's late decision to allow a medical sub certainly had all clubs scrambling to adjust their team selections. Crows doctor Mark Sassana explains the significance of the rule.
There's Mitchell Hinge warming up. He is giving every impression he's about to come on the ground, so it's bad news if Luke Brown's unable to continue.
The new medical substitution rule is really about having the capacity to withdraw a player who's injured from the game and replace him with a player that's fresh on the interchange bench.
Well, of course, they've already activated their sub, the Crows. Based on what we saw there, they'll be down to 21 now. Yep.
The mechanics of the rule are that it has to be an injury from that day, and it's an injury that's likely to mean the player's going to miss the following week. So an easy example of that is concussion, because as we know under the new protocol, the minimum you can return is 12 days. So if a player's concussed on the day, he has to be withdrawn from the game, and he's going to, by definition, miss the following week at the very least. It's purely the doctor's call, which we then pass on to the coaching staff and then to the interchange stewards to let them know we've made that call.
And so the response from the crowd.
The post-game process would be like any other process in terms of reviewing the injury, planning out the week, investigations, or whatever that happens to be. The only difference in this scenario is when you have a medical substitution, you are required to send the information, the medical information, to the head AFL doctor so he can look through the clinical details and look through the issues that happened on the day that led to our decision for a player to be withdrawn.
Interestingly, a medical substitute can occur even if a club has exhausted its quota of 75 interchange rotations. Stay with us, still to come, the bad break that's forced Nikki Gore out of the game and out of the water. Welcome back to the Crows Show. When Nikki Gore wasn't playing or training, you would have found her in the waves at Port Noarlunga. But when she broke her ankle against Gold Coast, her season was over. And her life as a surf instructor was put on hold. A double blow for the 20-year-old they call Turbo.
Round 6, I believe it was, first minute of the game. So I went up for a marking contest and came down on my ankle. I was pretty upset, yeah. I think as soon as I came down, I knew I'd be out. I heard the crack, yeah, and broke the fibula and then did syndesmosis as well. So yeah, had to go into surgery the next day, and it's been a few days of no sleep, but getting better, and yeah, it's looking really good, and the surgeon's happy. So yeah, on the road to recovery now. As I was a little kid, always went to the beach. And I started on a boogie board, and then yeah, I was standing up on the boogie board, and then Mum was like, "Oh, I think my sister and I need a surfboard to get going." And so yeah, we got a surfboard, and so went from there, and yeah, enjoyed surfing heaps. So I was giving Chelsea Waddell and Maddie Newman a surfing lesson, as that's what I do as a job. So yeah, I was just trying to teach them how to stand up and surf. They were pretty good. Maddie Newman was a little bit better than Chelsea Waddell, but they both did pretty well for their first time. So I guess my love for the ocean, and then yeah, I love working with kids as well, so sort of a perfect job for me, surf coaching in the water in summer, loving the job and loving getting out in the water with the kids. Unfortunately, it's going to take me out of work for a while, so surf coaching in the water, it's a bit hard to sort of be walking around. I don't want to risk sort of any ankle injury further, so yeah, I'll be out for a while. I think I've put out that I want to fill the buckets of all the players and bring the positivity in the team, so hoping I can do that over the next few weeks, and especially going into the final series.
The AFLW team has certainly missed Nikki's hard tackling and enormous work rate. Each week this season, we're going to revisit a memorable Crows comeback. Let's travel back to round 6 2012 and the top of the table clash with Sydney. The game was in the balance at half-time, but by the last change, the Swans had grabbed a handy lead. Brent Reilly then stepped up.
For O'Keefe, prime position. Oh, Reilly!
That is brilliant.
What an outstanding grab. And now the Crows. Boy, that's a game changer. Gets it out wide. Slow and wobbly, but effective. Petrenko running rampant.
Amazing transformation.
Reilly's intercept denied Sydney a certain goal and helped his team win by 5 points. And for the record, the Big Texan bagged 5 that day. For more Crows history, go to afc.com.au and check out our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. In the absence of experienced defenders, Jordan Butts is having a tough initiation into AFL football. So, who is this young man taking on the game's best forwards? We gave the job of finding out to fellow backman Brodie Smith in this segment delivered by Thomas Farms.
Hey guys, today we're joined by Jordan Butts. Butsy, thanks for joining us.
Cheers, pleasure to be here.
Need plenty of talk from you today, so give us a rundown. Give us your school and club in your draft year and how you got here. Give us a quick spiel there.
School, so I was at Golden Valley Grammar School in Shepparton. I've been Shep my whole life, pretty much. Club, played for the Shepparton Bears and also the Murray Bushrangers in the under-18s comp in Vic.
Now you're here at the club, what do you like to do away from footy? Who are you living with? What do you get up to?
Geez, well I live with Will Hamill and Lockie Scholl, so yeah, they always keep me on my toes. I like to watch movies, like to game a bit of Call of Duty, maybe go for a surf on the occasion, and yeah, that's about it really. So,
is it true that you like to stream yourself gaming? What's the story there?
I mean, on the occasion, me and Sholly, we might jump on Fortnite and talk a bit of trash and yeah, fun.
Do you want to give out your Twitch account?
I mean,
Sholly's told me you're the next ninja.
Yeah.
So.
If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's Slizzard Wizard. Just hit me up. And
how'd you go with the initial move over to South Australia?
Yeah, it was pretty easy actually. Adelaide's a nice place. It's pretty cruisy, not as busy as Melbourne. So yeah, I was stoked with it and really learned the ways here. And yeah, it's good fun.
And host family in your first year, was it?
Yeah,
just yourself or?
No, me and Sholly. So me and Sholly making their life a pain, I suppose. But yeah, no, it's good though.
Biggest lesson from professional football so far?
I don't know, just probably commitment, I reckon, and consistency. Probably the main key learnings. Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. Thanks for joining us.
Beautiful.
Butsy.
Cheers. Thank you.
Jordan certainly knows the highs and lows of footy. After the disappointment of missing out on the 2017 draft, he helped Shepparton win the premiership the following year. Time for a short break. then the big man who carries an enormous weight on his young shoulders. Overcoming setbacks and rising to the challenge are characteristics that help define all elite sportsmen and women. Every Crows player can remember a moment that started with yes, when they had to summon all their strength, determination and passion. As Nathan Van Berlo explains, thanks to Optus, his moment came when he took over the role of captain.
Really pleased and proud to announce that the captain of the Adelaide Footy Club in 2014 will be Nathan Van Berlo.
Van Berlo threads the needle.
I'm here with former captain Nathan Van Berlo. Nathan, for you it started with yes when you accepted the captaincy. Must have been a very proud moment.
It was, Sauce. Certainly something I never thought I'd be able to, achieve in my lifetime, my footy career, and especially being from Perth in Western Australia. And I grew up actually a mad West Coast fan, and had actually never been to South Australia before I got drafted here. So my first day was my first training session out here, and then to look back and now be one of the few guys that have captained the footy club is something, I can now look back on really fond memories and be really proud of.
Obviously, I was a big Crows man growing up. You were highly touted from an early age, to potentially be a captain one day. How did you deal with the expectation, I guess, of being touted as a captain?
I didn't buy too much into any expectation. I've always liked to be a leader. I guess in my junior footy I was, through a bit of performance and also through just liking to help out people and be there for my teammate. But then Craigie put a lot of faith in me, as did the other leaders, to sort of help me develop and got me in a position where I was able to hopefully have a positive influence on the boys. 2014, it's a moment that will stick with me forever is the day that the sled ran into the back of the Achilles. It led to it being ruptured. You were the captain, you were 27, you're at the peak of your powers. Talk us through the challenges. Difficult time, I suppose. It was, you're right in the middle of January, so I was sort of at peak fitness, and I guess we're all feeling pretty good about pre-season at that stage, and then there was a freak accident that happened, but all I could deal with moving forward was my attitude and my rehab and trying to attack it. And while I was hurting, I tried to still be there as a sounding board. While that was really tough, just wanting to be out there, it probably did start to ignite a bit of why I'm coaching now, and it was tough, I won't lie, mate, but negative situation, try and find something, some area to grow in and try and look back on it with a positive light.
Beautiful, mate. Thanks very much for joining us, VB.
Thanks, Ross. Always a
thanks
pleasure.
for sharing with the moment that started with yes.
With just 38 games to his name, Reilly O'Brien is already one of the Crows' most valuable players. The reigning Malcolm Blight medalist will carry the club's hopes for at least the next 4 years after signing a contract extension.
I think I was probably ready for a few years there. It's a different sort of situation, playing in the ruck with one player in the team, and Sauce Jacobs being such a champion, so it was pretty hard to get my way in. But once I was in, I feel like I'd put the work in and been motivated by being left out. I guess that made me the player I was, and I feel like when I came in after a few rough games earlier, I feel like I was able to sort of really find my way and really build some form, and I think I got lots of improvement left in me after only playing 37 games, and I can't wait to continue to improve and help this team get even better.
And 7 votes, Reilly O'Brien.
Pretty incredible, pretty humbling thing. I never thought I'd go anywhere near doing something like that, so it was a great feeling, and something I'll really cherish and be really proud of, to be Malcolm Blight medalist for this football club.
He did members at home, I'm not sure.
Nikki, I got something to announce too. I've signed on for another 4 years. Just to have that long-term security at the footy club really allows me to, I guess, invest back in this group and really be part of something really special going forward. We're really building from the ground up the last couple of years, knowing I'm going to be in the long haul. I can't wait to get stuck in and really help out the young guys and get us all going in the right direction and really strive for success.
Reilly is a remarkable athlete. Not only is he the club's strongest player, he also has supreme endurance, better than most of his teammates. Toyota has been good for footy for more than 13 years, helping grassroots clubs raise over $7 million. This season, Toyota wants to make the footy experience even better for everyone: spectators, players, umpires, coaches and fans. And they want your ideas. Pop them in the Toyota suggestion box. Toyota will select the best and make them happen, because that's good for footy.
Brown, the defender, for a rare goal, goes long and kicks it!
So I played all my junior footy for Reilly Football Club. Pretty much started there when I was 5 years old, playing under 8s for 3 years, and then went all the way through juniors there. Got to play in an under 18 grand final, which we won by 2 points, which is great. They had a shot after the siren from about 70 out, didn't make distance. So I have a lot of fond memories out there and still have mates who play out there. My suggestion would be to be able to connect the grassroots footy to the higher level a lot better, making us AFL players more accessible, especially if we come from the club and get to experience and have information given to junior footy clubs. The ability to go back and give information to these young guys and teach them a few things would be awesome on a more consistent basis.
It's easy to make a suggestion. Simply go online to toyota.com.au/gooder or scan the QR code. When we return, it's time to hear from the fans. Over the years, plenty of players have recalled their favourite Crows memories, but now it's time to hear from supporters. We've gone directly to members via email to select fans' greatest moments, all thanks to Bendigo Bank. For Cheryl, her story of missing the 97 grand final did have a happy ending.
My name's Cheryl Lawson and I've been a Crows member ever since they joined the AFL. I was disappointed that I couldn't make the 97 grand final, and my mum, bless her, she said to me, if we make the 98 grand final, you can have my ticket. True to her word, she said, I can have the ticket, sitting in the stand next to my dad and my two brothers, and all the way through the game until about three-quarter time, Dad kept elbowing me and saying, we're gone, we're gone. And I said, no, just wait, it ain't over yet. And when Jarman put us in front, oh my God, I was beside myself. I was singing like a mad woman on the train all the way home, and my brothers, who actually turned white during the game because they didn't expect us to win, they just egged me on, sing it loud and proud, Cheryl.
And as spectators returned last week, we looked for our Toyota Crow in the crowd. This time, we'll zero in on you. If you recognise yourself, email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize. And you've got to be happy with the prize: 2 tickets to Toyota's exclusive Hilux Hill Unbreakable Zone at Adelaide Oval. Terms and conditions apply, so check our website for details. Coach Matthew Nicks is also keen to reach out to fans, and each week he'll answer one of your questions. Today he tells us how key performance indicators help selectors decide when a youngster is ready to debut.
Scott, from a I guess a KPI or an indicator point of view of whether we believe a player's ready to play at AFL level, we have a number of values that we live by as a football squad. We like to make sure our players are living those values and they're consistent in those values. Without going into detail around them, they involve being, playing for the team. They involve putting their head over the ball and competing when it's their turn to go, and they also involve that player using their weapon, when it's required. We do like to, most of these guys, in fact, all of our players are drafted for a reason. They're very, very good footballers at a young age. They all come with weapons, and what we are keen to do is see those weapons come out. So if they're ticking those boxes and they're playing at the level we feel that the time is right, we'll always be looking at them as far as selecting them for AFL level.
That's about all we have time for on the Optus Crows Show. Thanks for your company and good luck to the boys against the Swans. Don't forget to check out @The Crows Show on Twitter for all the latest news. And remember, the club's social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Join us again on Good Friday at 2 o'clock ahead of the home game against Gold Coast, when we learn how players draw inspiration from the extraordinary experiences of others. I look forward to joining you then. Bye for now.